What's up, everyone? This is Silver Slayer, and welcome to your daily silver stacking video. Thank you for tuning in. Folks, if you are not subscribed to this channel, then you probably have not heard this information. Unfortunately, this very important, extreme situation that everyone needs to know about barely got any attention. It slipped through the cracks, and even I missed this. It came out, this situation was I guess posted or went public 2 weeks ago, but nobody covered it. Nobody talked about it. No articles came out, nothing. From inside sources is how we found out. And I'm also going to show another piece of information that kind of hinted towards it that I did cover a couple of weeks ago, but still very important stuff. We're talking about the Royal Mint running out of silver blanks to make their Britannias, and you could see how extreme the situation is, especially because this happened last year. If you guys don't remember, the US Mint ran out of silver blanks to make their coins. That's why there's a limited mintage on the Type 1 and Type 2 2021 Eagles. But it wasn't just the US Mint back then. It was Perth Mint, Royal Mint. There's a whole bunch of different mints that admitted, yo, we're having a hard time. And the strangest thing about this situation is they only produce around 13 million coins per year, right? US Mint, the American Eagles, for the last 3-4 years, it's been like 13, 14 million. It used to be 30, 40 million. And recently, it's been cut in thirds. Now, they also have to predict the following year how many coins they think will sell. So obviously this year they were way off. So we're going to break this entire situation down. If you know me or my channel, we dissect this information. I spent a while digging up a lot of these different articles or even videos that have been talking about this because, like I said, very few people actually talked about this or even caught wind of this. So if you're watching this, I'm glad that you found this video at least, because when we're looking at the silver shortage or how extreme this situation already is, imagine moving forwards. The new Green Deal, the electric vehicles and solar panels and even in the medical world, colloidal silver, all of that is going to be in full effect by 2023, 2024. It hasn't even started yet, and we're already experiencing a very serious silver shortage. And there's been several different pieces of information that have showed that by 2030, we will literally be out of silver. So unless they find new ways to mine silver or space mining, innovating the type of I guess mines, digging it out of the ground or the Earth's crust with better machinery or hiring more people or whatever the case is, they have to, because like the guy said in the video I made the other day, this guy said, if anyone thinks that the new Green Deal is actually realistic, then you're silly. If Joe Biden thinks that he's actually, or the entire world's going to go green and every automobile company is going to switch to electric over the next decade, they're silly. There's not enough silver to do that. So imagine if that really happens. I mean, everyone's expecting that. But what if there really, and there isn't? So there's going to be a very serious situation. And there's going to be a point in time when people realize how important, how essential silver is. And I think that's when the true value is going to start to, show or expose itself. The information that we already know, that we've talked about on a daily basis, everyone else is going to get a rude awakening on the severity. And especially people like Joe Biden, Elon Musk, people that their whole world revolves around silver, especially Elon Musk. But anyway, so let's look at some of these articles. So Wall Street Silver, they said the UK Royal Mint is out of blanks for Britannias. Just confirmed it. No news articles on this yet, and actually none came out. They are just telling wholesalers they cannot meet existing orders to expect delays. Now, when the US Mint mentioned it, they worded it very carefully because they knew that if they made this seem extreme, they could cause a very serious situation to get even worse. If people start freaking out and panicking, then imagine, because gold isn't affected by speculation anywhere near the extent that silver is, and that's because silver is a much smaller market. That's why silver is way more volatile. That's why they call silver the devil's metal, riskier version of gold, because if gold's going to rise 5%, silver is going to rise 10%. But it also works the opposite. If gold's going to drop 5%, silver's going to drop 10, 15%. So when we're talking about silver in the precious metals world, you have to be very careful because silver situation, there could be a massive, massive panic selling instance, or even people flooding to buy, which Wall Street silver situation, that the first silver squeeze was so successful because of that. Exactly. They couldn't do that with gold. But anyways, this is the first article I wanted to go over, kind of just talking about what happened last year with the U.S. Mint and all these other mints admitting that they're having a very hard time finding silver, and then we'll go into the Royal Mint. And this makes me think, is the Royal Mint the only one that mentioned it this year, and is this situation from the U.S. Mint still happening, or is it just the Royal Mint? I definitely think it's not just them. I think they are the only ones that I guess went public, or they didn't even go public. Someone found out, or they told someone, which in a couple of these videos, they're talking about how they got inside information from someone that works there. So, it's very interesting, and I'm really curious to see where this goes. So yeah, the U.S. Mint ran out of American Eagles. They were mentioning that they were going to make 1 million mintage supply at the end of the year from the San Francisco Mint. And then there are the Type 2 Eagles that just came out. Well, not now, but that was right about a week or two before the Type 2 Eagles came out. So there's also a limited mintage on the Type 2 2021 Eagles where they switched the design up. Now we're in, the end of the year. This was in 2020, March, right when silver was $11. $11. The lowest, or I guess the highest, the gold to silver ratio has ever been throughout the 5,000 years that they have been deemed valuable. That was the highest, 125 to 1. And that is when they ran out of these silver coins. Now, Wall Street Silver confirmed it. They also have other posts from Wall Street Silver. Here's a video, flash update, UK Royal Mint runs out of silver blanks. This was 2 weeks ago. There's another video that talks about this, which was 2 weeks ago. Then you have a post from 2 weeks ago, or this was actually 7 months ago. So this is actually the third time that we've heard of big bullion dealers running out of silver. I mean, the U.S. Mint admitted it last year, March 2020. But then also in the beginning of this year, there was the Reddit squeeze where JM Bullion, APMEX, Provident Metals, everyone was sold out. They were putting 3-4 month shipping delays on orders if they would still even allow you to purchase. Most places, even APMEX, the biggest bullion dealer, hands down, they wouldn't even accept orders. JM Bullion, they had so much traffic, their site crashed. So that was another situation. And now we have this third time of someone, I guess, hinting or leaking information that the Royal Mint is also running out again, or the problem is only just still lasting, probably getting worse. And like I said, there's only, these mints only are having to produce 10, 20 million ounces every year, but the global demand is 900 million, nearly 1 billion ounces. So if the U.S. Mint is having a hard time coming up with 13 million ounces, but we're talking about 1 billion ounces annually that we need, you could see how severe the situation could get. And here's a little piece of information that came out last week that I did cover, and it makes more sense why this article was posted when it was and from who. So this is wholesaleonline.uk. The Royal Mint to extract gold and silver from old mobile phones. How funny is that? That as soon as an article like this comes out, there is information leaking that the Royal Mint is in the middle of a huge silver shortage. 50 million tons of old laptops, tablets, and phones become waste every year. And that's another situation I don't think enough people look at. Gold is recycled, re-scrapped, reused. Silver, no. Silver's thrown away because it's an industrial metal. If an ounce of gold gets dug up out of the ground, that ounce of gold is going to get sold and re-scrapped, recycled, reused. And even if it ends up in a laptop, people will scrap gold out of laptops because it's profitable to do so. But if an ounce of silver gets dug up, that ounce of silver will be thrown away within 3-4 years. So even though the gold to silver ratio is roughly 8-1, I think it's much smaller because of the amount of silver that gets thrown away. Nobody's scrapping silver out of laptops, but you will with gold because gold is 75 times more valuable. And what makes it even more of a situation, I guess, is gold is used only for coins and bars and necklaces and earrings. So yes, people are going to sell that stuff. They're going to pawn it. They're going to go through their jewelry drawer or their grandma's jewelry drawer, and they're going to sell that. But since silver is more of an industrial metal and not just, used for jewelry and stuff, you could see why there's such a serious situation with scrapping silver, and also, I guess, why there is such a major silver shortage. So the Royal Mint aims to use this technology based on chemistry at its site in South Wales to retrieve precious metals from e-waste, which is contained within the circuit boards of discarded electronics such as phones and laptops. And I also think that if the new Green Deal is going to be put into effect and they're going to try to make this realistically work, they're going to have to learn how to scrap silver out of these solar panels at a very effective degree. Because if we're talking about the entire globe going green using solar panels, and I know in each solar panel, I think there's around 120 grams, but they're trying to cut it down to like 28 or 30 grams. And then I know with electric vehicles, they're trying to do the same thing. So they're going to have to. Producers turn into consumers, the consumers turn into producers. People like you and I that want the silver will be able to sell it to the people that need the silver. If you want the newest, latest iPhone to come out, you better hope that they find a way to get that silver. It said trials of technology at the Royal Mint has already produced gold with a purity of 3.9 fine and has the potential to also recover palladium, silver, and copper. The chemistry selectively targets and extracts precious metals from circuit boards in seconds, offering a sustainable solution to more than 50 million tons of e-waste produced worldwide. So less than 20% of e-waste is currently recycled worldwide, with precious metals valued at an estimated 57 billion US dollars, which is largely discarded. And I'm sure silver is at a much higher percentage than gold is, definitely. Mountains of e-waste is sent to landfill or sent to abroad to be processed at high temperatures and smelters. And I say to a much higher percentage because gold is mainly a monetary metal. It's mainly used for earrings and necklaces and watches. But silver is in every single electronic. It's the most highly conductive metal for thermal conductivity, electricity, even light sensitivity. Nothing performs like silver, especially for how cheap it is. So experts believe that as much as 7% of the world's gold may be contained in e-waste, 100 times more gold in a ton of e-waste than in a ton of gold ore. So I definitely think that if the Royal Mint starts doing this and it is effective, that other people are going to catch on. And that might be, because remember how earlier I said space mining or trying to become more, innovate the mining out of the Earth's crust. This might be one of the main things they try to nail first, because space mining, there is an asteroid called Psyche 16 that is heading towards Earth that has around $500 quintillion worth of precious metals on it. But space mining isn't a thing yet. So NASA is actually sending out a rover in 2022 that's going to check out this asteroid, and it is going to be approaching near the Earth's, I guess, atmosphere within, I think, 5 years, they said. So realistically, there's no way that they will be able to come up with technology within 5 years. But they're trying, and that's probably because they know how severe the situation is. So we also have this video from the Economic Ninja, which is talking about the UK Mint ran out of silver blanks. This was 2 weeks ago, and I'm not going to show the video. If you want to watch it, you can go. I'll post the link in the description, because if I show it on my channel, I'm taking views away from him, and I just don't want to do that. But there's also this video that is talking about it, which I'll also post the link in the description, that came out 2 weeks ago. So then we have a tweet which also says, breaking news, there's a silver crisis in the United Kingdom. It is 8 p.m. in London, and on 7th of April 2021, the Royal Mint has run out of all silver bar products. There's nothing for sale. And then even said, take a look at it, and posts it. So, I mean, yeah, we have time and time again another piece of information leaking that there is a silver shortage, and it's not just from people theorizing and throwing conspiracies out. It's real. I mean, the Silver Institute posts the numbers. They post the numbers of the supply versus the demand every year. I even did a video showing the below ground supply of silver versus the above ground supply versus global demand, and literally by the year 2030 there won't be any silver left, and that's right when we're going to need the most silver. So you can see how extreme this situation is going to be, especially since it didn't even start yet. And this is only one reason why silver has so much potential. We haven't even talked about the dollar index, right? We haven't even talked about the dollar index, which is a whole nother video, a whole nother discussion on why you need to invest into silver. I'm also giving away some silver myself. My 50,000 subscriber silver giveaway entry video is live. You don't want to miss it. Click subscribe. Go enter in that video. It's very simple if you want some silver shipped straight to your front doorstep. And when I say subscribe, it's not for my sake, it's for your own. I post daily videos. I do lots of giveaways. And for instance, this video, you probably would not have heard about this situation if you weren't watching my channel or subscribed. I'm also doing a second giveaway type of thing where I'll be sending out some silver to people who do invest into GSX. It's gold secured currency. It's a crypto backed by physical gold. They mine the gold out of the ground themselves. The coins are roughly 3 cents, 4 cents, and within I would say a year, who knows what the price could be. They're revolutionary. You can exchange the coins for physical gold. They are doing so much, almost too much to even talk about. I have a huge thing in my description if you want to look at it or read more about what they do. If you do invest into it, take a screenshot and send it to silverslayermedia@gmail.com, and I'll be throwing some silver out to people who want to diversify. You don't have to, but this company is definitely doing things big, and I'm excited for it. It's really, really cool. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this video up here. If you thought this video was educational, informational, at least entertaining, make sure to hit the like button. I post daily videos every single day, and since it is the end of the year, I'm going to probably be posting 2, maybe 3 videos every day. Definitely 2, maybe 3 sometimes if there's a lot of news that day or if I'm just feeling like working. So expect a lot more content coming out, not just 1 video, but 2. I go by Eastern Standard, so probably one around noon and then another run around 6 or 7 every single day. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.